Very good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So again, warm welcome and very good evening to our dignitaries, organizers, faculties, and all delegates presented in today's session. It is with great pleasure that we introduce our distinguished resource person for today's session, Dr. Arjun Singh Baghel, sir, who stands a beacon for erudition and expertise in the realm of Ayurveda, currently serving as the head and professor of the Department of Basic Principles at the esteemed Institute of Teaching and Research in Ayurveda, ITRA, Jamnagar. Dr. Baghel's journey through the corridors of knowledge has been marked by unyielding dedication and scholarly prowess. With over 2.5 decades of teaching experience, Dr. Baghel has illuminated the minds of countless students serving in various capacities across renowned institutions such as Ayurveda Medical College, Kolhapur, and IPGT and RA, Gujarat, Ayurveda University, Jamnagar. His expertise extends beyond the realm of traditional teaching, encompassing research and administrative responsibilities, exemplified by his tenure as the reader and later associate professor at IPGT and RA, Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar. Sir's commitment to academic excellence is underscored by his active participation in numerous orientation courses, workshops, and faculty development programs aimed at enriching uh, teaching methodologies and research acumen. His passion for advancing Ayurvedic knowledge is evidenced by his involvement in research projects funded by prestigious organizations like the WHO and his contribution to over 40 peer-reviewed research papers and reviews. Beyond academia, Dr. Baghel sir is deeply engaged in extracurricular activities, demonstrating his multifaceted person as a sports enthusiast and a cultural connoisseur. He has also extended his expertise beyond the confines of his institution, serving as the consultant in various Nidana and Chikitsa camps across Gujarat. Dr. Arjun Singh Baghel sir's illustrious career is further adorned by his active involvement in scientific societies and bodies where he has served in various capacities, including chairman of TRC of Basic Principles at IPGT and RI Jamnagar, and as a former Senate member of Gujarat Ayurveda University. As we embark on this enriching journey of exploration and learning, we are honored to have Dr. Arjun sir with us as a resource person today, and his wealth of knowledge and experience promises to illuminate our path as we navigate the intricacies of research methodology and biostatistics. Let us extend a warm welcome to our resource person, Dr. Arjun Singh Baghel, sir, whose presence today embodies the spirit of academic excellence and scholarly pursuit. Please, sir, welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for my introduction. So I am also thankful to Tomar sir, chairman of this Maharishi Charak Ayurveda R&D scheme, Institute of Applied and Statistics. And also I am thankful to Dr. Anup Thakur sir, ITRA director, and Dr. R.N. Acharya sir, DG CCRAS, and all the convener and all the participants. So without wasting time, I start my presentation. Slide is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
So topic given to me, that is a basic concept of Ayurveda, Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav. So I will highlight this Parikshya Bhav and context to an ancient method of research. So Dashvidha Pariksha, one of the important concept. And Ayurveda has described there is various concepts. One of them, this concept is already we can say it is the research method of Ayurveda. Charak has described in Vimanisthan, 8th chapter. So Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav is one of the important concept where 10 factors is included, and according to examination of these factors, we have to achieve our proper goal. So we can say thus we have to understand properly this Dashvidha Pariksha in context to research point of view. So in Charak Samhita, it is described in the concept of treatment purpose, but it is suitable for research purpose also, because in ancient era there are the text has written in a very scientifically, and every concept is very much important. So we have go through the all the concept and all the points. So we have to study properly, and we have understand the things. Correct meeting. So we can understand the what is Dashvidha Pariksha. So Pariksha is 10 types. This is, we can say it is tenfold investigations. That is Pariksha means Pari and Iksha. That means the look around and examine properly as per the Munir William, and parikshate nisyate rupen jnayate, which give the complete and clear knowledge about the something. Acharya Charak has mentioned this with pariksha bhav to assess before the starting up any treatment, which are very necessary for the accomplishment of any task. A physician can accomplish the desired object without any special efforts. So we can say, if we understand this thus with Pariksh Bhav, so we can achieve proper goal or objects which we are trying to desire. So without much effect, so we have to understand these factors. So here I am trying to describe in point of research. So Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav, that is tenfold investigations is a directly with the correlation with the research we can understand. The slide is not properly moving.
So just click on middle of slide and then press next button. It will work, sir.
Yes, sir. So we can understand all your scholar of research. So understand what is research. So research is a search of organized knowledge, and research comprises defining and redefining problems, formulating hypotheses or suggested solution, collecting, organizing, and evaluate data, making deduction and reaching conclusion, and At last, carefully testing the conclusion to determine whether they fit for the formulating hypothesis. According to WHO, research is a quest for knowledge, though diligent search are investigating and experimentation aimed at discovery and interpretation of new knowledge. And also we can say the research defined as the scientific undertaking which by means logical and systematized methods aim to discover new facts and establish and verify the old facts and to analyze their sequence, interrelationship, causal explanation, and natural term which govern them. And there are some components which is essential for the research, like a topic. So topic is a research problem, which is essential. We have to choose properly, then we can go for research question. On the basis of proper topic, we can make a research question, and on the basis of question, we set the objectives, and also some hypothesis is a basis of our research question. And there is a limitations and scope also. We have to consider some limitation because there is time limitation, fund limitation, resource limitations, this type of. So it should be in significance level. And most important is there should be variable. Then we can assess. For the assessment, variable is important, and all the research go through the specific methodology. So we can understand what is Dashvidha Pariksha in context to research. So here, first point of Dashvidha Pariksha is Karan. Karan is that is reason, and it is we can say the detail of all this we will discuss further. And here in brief, we can say the researcher is a Karan. Karan is all the instruments and research methods. And Karyayoni, the source of action, that is the area defined for research and research problems. And Karya, that is action, aims and objective of research comes under this points. And Karyafal, the result of action, that is in research point of view, we can say it is outcome of research. Anubandha, subsequent manifestation, that is long-term effect, and this, that is habitat, and study site where we are conducting study, that is this, and Kal, that is season. But time and stage when research is being carried out, so this is comes under the Kal. And Pravriti, initiation of action, that is execution and entire research. And Upay, that is proper planning, that is research plan. So these are the brief in context to research point of view. In Sanhita, it is described in context to the treatment purpose. So one by one we can say what is Karan. Karan is defined as the one who does the action, and he is cause and doer. So because Karan is one of the important factors, so here we can say researcher is a most prime, because through this researcher all the research activities conducting. So it is a nimitta Karan, because here in treatment also physician is the Karan, because all the activities, treatment and other procedures, what is required for the treatment, it is conducted by the physician. So physician are the researchers. Here we can say the researcher or physician have certain qualities. Like in classics, there are various qualities have been described, like Gun Chatushtayam, like Srute Tatam bahuso drishtikarmata daksham socham iti giyam vede gun chatustam. And other qualities also should be there. So complete knowledge of scriptures, scientific knowledge, reasoning power, and pure mind, calculative knowledge, having practical approach, repeated observation and experimentation is essential for the physician, as well as these qualities is required for researcher also. In a good researcher has given some good various quality like interest, because if you are not you have not interested in a research field, so you cannot justify the work. So first it is important for the success. Interest first, interest is important. If you are interested, then you can do the proper work, and the motivation is required, means some motivation for the research activity, so you can involve more deeply. And interestingness means you have to jigyasa, and you have to commitment, sacrifice. So for the achieve something, you have to sacrifice something. So you have to give the time, money, and all the things. If you are a good researcher, so you have excellence, knowledge, and recognition also required. And your approach should be scholarly, and this integration also required. And these are the few qualities. More qualities also they are like researcher should be honest. So these are the qualities which are required for the good researchers. So this comes under the qualities of this under the Karan. So Karan is a researcher has good qualities, and second is Karan. So Karan is that which serve as means or requirement of the Karan for making efforts for performing the action. Means कोई भी कार्य करने के लिए यदि हम उसमें प्रवृत्त होते हैं, तो कर्ता has required some instruments, so that is known as a Karan. So Karan is also known as a research methods and investigations products and procedures. So research methods may be understood as well as those methods or techniques that are used for the conducting research. Research techniques also require research operations such as making observations regarding data, techniques of processing data. Research methodology is the way systematically solve the research problem. It may be understood as a science of studying how research is done scientifically. So current this include under the Karana. And certain research methods like techniques and procedures used to collect, analyze data in order to answer research question and test research of the hypothesis. Observations, interventional research, experimental and content analyst and case studies, historical research. These are the some research methods. So like a survey study, other type of research methods that that involve the collecting the data from the large number of the people through the questionnaire or interviews. survey are often used to gather information about the attitude, beliefs, and behavior. Experimentals are the type of research method that involve the manipulating one or more variable in order to observe that effect on another variable. Experiments are often used to test cause and effect relationship. And the case study also one of the research methods that involve in-depth examination of the single individual group, single individual or group or events. Case studies are often used to gather detailed information about the specific phenomena. Observations are the type of research methods involve watching and recording behavior of the individual or groups. Observations are often used to gather information about the naturalistic behavior. And content analysis also one of the methods which involve the analyzing that interpreting the written or spoken text. And historical research is also type of the research method that involve the studying that the past through the examination of the primary and secondary sources such as documents, artifacts, and photographs, etc. And data collection methods. Data is one of the important part of the research. It is two types, qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative data is a non-numerical and is collected through the method such as interviews, observational, and focus group. The quantitative data is a numerical and collected through methods such as survey, polls, and experiments. And the data is a different type. That is primary and secondary data. And primary data is a research that is conducted by the individual or organization themselves. It involves collecting original data through the methods such as survey, interviews, and experiments. Secondary data, on the other hand, involve the use of existing data that has already been collected by someone else. This can be include data from government reports, academic journals, and industry publications, etc. Next is a Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav, that is a Karyayoni. Karyayoni defined as the one which becomes an action by the process of conversion or transformation. It can also call that which attain the status of the action after transformation. Karyoni remains the separate from with the Karya. So here in Chariksamhita, Karyoni धातु वैषम्यम मीन्स कार्य रोग एंड उसका जो भी कारण है वो धातु का वैषम्य होना, इट इज कार्य योनि. बट हियर we can say in the research point of view, there is a research problems and formulation of the hypothesis. So there are various type of research problem, that is descriptive problem, exploratory problems, explanatory, and predictive and evaluative problems. So these are the types of research problem which come under the Karyayoni. So descriptive problems, these issues resolve around the descriptive or recording a specific occurrence, incidence of circumstances. And exploratory problems, these problems are made to look deeply into the specific subject or issues, frequently to develop new theories or ideas. And explanatory problems, this is usually involve testing ideas or hypotheses to understand why a certain phenomena or event happens. Predictive problems, making prediction or estimated about potential occurrence or patterns is required for these issues. And evaluative problems. This issue entail determining how well a specific intervention program or strategic work. For example, a researcher might assess the effect of a novel instructions method on the result of people learning. So under this Carioni, some research problem also there. So particular query or problem, researcher try to answer through the research project. So the following steps should be taken for the determination of the study problems. First, we have to identify broad research topic, then improve the research query, then construct the hypothesis and define the boundaries and scope. And you choose the options which is better, and conduct in a deep research review, and then finalize the research problem. Next is Karya. Here Karya is Dhatu Samyam. So Karya is that action which the doer perform with the objective of accomplish. Means here in the research point of view, it is aims and objective of the studies and the purpose of the research, it comes under this Karya. And what is aim? The aim is a research study is broad statement of that defines the overall purpose of the studies. It answers the question why the study is being conducted and what the researcher hopes to achieve. It provides the general idea about the scope and direction of the research. It also helps the guide to research process and provide a clear focus. So this is the Karya, and under the Karya, objective also comes under. Objective are a specific statement that describe the steps or actions that are needed to achieve the aims of the study. It is more specific, measurable than the aims, and a clear roadmap. And objective help the clarify the research questions, identify the key variables, and outline the research methodology. And so it should be in smart. It should be specific, measurable, achievable, and relevant and time bound. So objective should be smart. And Karyafal. Next, Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav is a Karyafal. And Karyafalam Sukham Vapti. Karyafal is the aim with which the action is performed. It is final destination of the any procedure, and it is main target for which action is initiated. So here Karyapal, we can research point of view, we can say it is expected outcome. So outcome can be considered as a endpoints, and there are two types of endpoints. So direct endpoints is directly related to the primary objective of the trial, and crucial to specify the precise definition and rationale for selection. And second outcome is a surrogate endpoints of clinical trial, and that is laboratory measures or any physiological sign used to substitute for a clinically meaningful endpoints that measures directly how patient feels and functions or survives. Next point is Anubandh. Anubandha means subsequently manifestation. The subsequent effect of work which leave impact on doer is called anubandha. Any action is initiated with a proper goal. The subject achieve it at the end, and the process leave good or bad impact on the subject or doer after accomplishment. Means अनुबंध कार्यफल के बाद जो भी प्राप्ति होती है, that is अनुबंध. And here good means maintenance of the long healthy life, and bad can be understood a complication of the treatment. And anubandh is long-term effect of the research study can be considered as subsequent manifestation. Impact of the research on society can be also considered in subsequent manifestations. Next is a desh. Deshastu adhisthana. Desh, location or habitat represent the site favorable or unfavorable. So here this is a two types, that is Bhumi Desh and Atur Desh. So Bhumi Desh also important for the Rogi Parigyan and Ausad Parigyan. So this is two types. Bhumi Desh is important for the Rogi and Ausadi. So how the patient is a like we can say जाता है समृद्धो व्याधितो, मतलब कहाँ पर उत्पन्न हुआ, कहाँ पालन हुआ और कहाँ रुग्ण हुआ, इस प्रकार से उस देश की स्थिति के से हम पता लगा सकते हैं कि वह किस प्रकार का आहार विहार उस देश में है. क्योंकि साधारण जंगल एंड अनुपदेश, दिस आर द described three types of desh described is Bhumi Desh. So according to, so it is important to know further advise the patients, patient history. So first we have to go the detailed history of the patients detail. And second is Atur Pariksha. So Atur Pariksha also important because it is also considered as a desh, because the treatment is for the treatment we go the patients. So चिकित्सा रूपी कार्य जो है वो शरीर देश के अंतर्गत होता है, तो इसलिए शरीर भी एक प्रकार से देश है, तो उसकी परीक्षा हमको पहले करनी चाहिए. क्योंकि आयुर्वेद में देश का और भी विस्तार 10वीं परीक्षा, आतुर परीक्षा का विस्तार 10वीं परीक्षा के रूप में किया है. मतलब आयु के प्रमाण को जानने के लिए हमें और बल प्रमाण जानने के लिए 10वीं परीक्षा का ज्ञान आवश्यक है. उसके आधार पर ही औषधि दी जाती है और बल के आधार बल को देखकर ही मात्रा आदि का निर्धारण किया जाता है. इस तरह से 10वीं परीक्षा एक अलग से देश के अंतर्गत बताया हुआ है, जिसमें प्रकृति, विकृति, सार, सहनन, प्रमाण, सात्म्य, सत्व, आहार शक्ति, व्यायाम शक्ति और वय, इनका समावेश किया जाता है. तो इस तरह से मतलब 10वीं परीक्षा के अंतर्गत यदि हम रोगी की ट्रीटमेंट या हम रिसर्च भी करें तो मतलब इन प्रकृति आदि सभी फैक्टर्स का पर्याप्त रूप से उसका एग्जामिन करनी चाहिए। प्रकृति कौन सी प्रकृति है, 10वीं परीक्षा इज इम्पोर्टेंट फॉर all the time, so we have to follow proper examination. In a research point of view, selection of the under the this the study site plays the important role for the research study. So geographical distribution is considered for the selection of the sample as well as the interpretation of the result. Ecological studies can be considered under the this and which are meant to explore the statistical connection between disease and different population groups and estimated exposure in group rather than the individuals. The geographical information system is very useful new tool that improve the ability of the ecological study to be able to determine a link between the health data and the source of the environmental exposures. So next point is call. Call, it is time factor. It is one of the important point under the Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav. And call is one which undergoes transformation because it is continuous changes. So its effect on treatment and research point of view, it is more important. So time period also important factor. So inference of the cause from the effect related to the past. This can be correlated with the case control studies design, that is retrospective studies. Inference for the effect from cause related to the future. This can be correlated with the prospective study design. The commonly observed events at present can be correlated with the cross-sectional study design. And so time is also related to the season in which study is to be conducted. That is epidemiological studies pertaining to the time also require time factor. So here this to be taken in consideration. Next is a prakriti. Prakriti, prati karma samarambha. Prakriti is the effort taken for the accomplishment of objective. This also known as a kriya, karma, yatna, karya samarambha. For the researcher, motivation in research can be considered as a prakriti. So motivation and some interest is also prakriti. So we can initiate the work. So ethical and scientific aspect involved in the research for accomplishment of the objective of the study. So prakriti is one of the important part of the, without the initiation we cannot complete all the other factors. So prakriti is one of the important factors. So it is initiation of the action. So upaya is a excellence of the first three, karan, karan and karyani, and their proper management, leaving the aside the karya, karyapal and anubandha. Procedure lead to performance of an action and thus it is said as upaya. After the action is performed, there is no function of procedure nor it is at the time of performance. After action is the result and thereafter consequence. So in research point of view, Upay is the excellence of the researcher, suitable research methods, and the proper selection of the research problem and definition of the research problem and formulations of the hypothesis. It is important. So Upay is one of the important part. So this is helpful for a smooth operation of the plan of the work can be considered as a upaya. This means of the actions. So other factor which is in excellent, then it will be more fruitful. And in summary, we can say in briefly in the treatment per also these are like already discussed. So karan, that is cause, in the treatment aspect we can say it is Visak, and the research it is researcher. Karan, that is in treatment it is research, and the research purpose it is research methods and investigational products and procedures. Karyoni, that is dhatu vaishamya in treatment, and in the research aspect it is research problem and formulations of the hypothesis. So karya, dhatu samya, state of equilibrium of those dhatu mala in treatment aspect, and the aims and objective of the studies and the purpose of the research studies comes under in research aspect, and karyafal, that is outcome, expected outcomes of research comes under the research aspect, and that in treatment that is arogya prapti, and anubandha, subsequent manifestation, that is dirghayu, longevity in treatment purpose, but in research aspect it is long-term effect of the research which impact on society also. And next point is desha, it is bhumi desh and atur desh in treatment purpose, which is important to consider for the treatment. And for the research purpose, it is study site and geographical distributions and selection of the representative of the sample in particular area, that is this, and call the year of the consideration, and time period in research aspect, time period of the study, and study duration and epidemiological studies, etc. we can consider, and prakriti and treatment, that is consistent effort of the physician toward the treatment and therapeutic action, and prakriti is a motivation of the research and ethical and scientific aspect involved in research for the accomplishment of the objective in research point of view, and upaya, excellence of the physician and the correctness of the therapy, and the excellence of the researcher in research point of view, proper selection, definition, and research problem, and formulation hypothesis. So we can say overall planning comes under the upaya. So these are the brief in correlation with the treatment aspect and research aspect. So we can say at the end, so ज्ञानपूर्वक की कर्मणा समारंभ प्रशंसित कुशला मीन्स कुशल व्यक्ति ज्ञानपूर्वक कार्य करने को ही प्रशंसित मानता है. मीन्स we have to consider these 10 factors with proper planning. So here we categorize the research stage under the research stage. So under the planning, Karan, Karyoni, and this and Kal, and operational point of view, Karya, Prakriti, and Upay, and final resulting या reporting, that is कार्यफल and anubandh comes the anubandh. So this way we can understand the Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav, and all the factors we have to understand properly, then go for research or treatment, then we can achieve proper goal. And scientific investigation is the key point for all the types of research. Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav are one of the evidence of critical scientific approach of Ayurveda. This can be considered as a validation of the ancient research methods and can be fully correlated with the contemporary or current research methodology. And these are the instruments not only for the planning of research in every field, but also organized work would get benefited by it. And while explaining this pariksha, Acharya Charak has described Dashvidha Pariksha, where we can say, which is an individualized examination which evaluate physical and mental factors of the health, as well as the assess the status of the pathological factors involved in patient planning and the effective treatment, as it is said by Charak, Rogamado Parikshit Tato Anantaram Aushadam. So the desired objective can be achieved if proper planning is done beforehand with the help of tenfold investigations. So with this conclusion summary, I end my this lecture. So tenfold investigation is the one of the important concept described by Charak in Vimanistan 8th chapter. So we have understood properly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for a very knowledgeable session, and thank you for sharing the basic concepts of Ayurveda, like Dashvidha Parikshya Bhav in context of Ayurveda. And now I would like to request to all delegates, if there is any doubt regarding today's session, you are feel free to ask, write your query in the chat box, or you can simply unmute yourself. Yes, yes, Dr. Venkatesan, sir, yes. If there is any query, please unmute yourself or write query in the chat box. सर डॉक्टर प्रियंका जैन आस्क्ड दैट कार्योनि का सिंपल अर्थ बताइए.
Hello.
यस यस.
कार्योनि उसे कहते हैं जैसे जो भिन्न भिन्न परिवर्तन को प्राप्त करते हुए कार्य को कार्य रूप में परिणित कर देता है. जैसे कार्योनि हम धातु वैषम में लेते हैं तो उसको धातु साम्यता के रूप में परिवर्तित करना, इट इज कार्य योनि है. मतलब धातु वैषम्यता प्राप्त करना ये कार्य योनि है. मतलब यहाँ कार्य रूप में रोग है और उसका कारण धातु वैषम्य.
Priyanka, I hope you got the answer of your query. Is there any other query? Dr. Dharmen Kumar Pandey asked that please specify recognition quality of researchers.
Because there should be recognition, मान्यता तो होना ही चाहिए किसी भी, मतलब हम किसी प्रकार के साइंटिफिक पॉइंट को ही हम लेते हैं, दैट इज वैलिडेटेड. हम जैसे रिसर्च प्रोफार्मा भी है वो हम वैलिडेट करा के लेते हैं, तो इट शुड बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय other person also. मतलब हम अपने लिए नहीं करते, research for the society.
Is there any other query? Dr. Kritika, it will the prakriti is covered in tomorrow's topic with the gut microbiota and the microrhythm. So I hope all queries answered. As usual, I will share the recording also, so you can all revise the session again, and we'll share the PDF of this PPT after receiving this, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for delivering wonderful session. On the behalf of organizers, I sincerely provide gratitude to you, sir. Thank you for your time and experience sharing with all delegates in this 3 months certificate program. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thanks to organizer giving me opportunity for this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. This is the end of today's session. Tomorrow we start next session of this program, that is recent trends in prakriti, ayurgenomics, gut microbiota, and the biorhythm. That will be delivered by Dr. S.N. Khandare ma'am from ITRA Jamnagar itself. So be on time at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you. This is the end of today's session.